Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you have had a nice weekend and having a good start to the week so far. We're going to learn Rashi from really the transition between the first to second Aliyah in this interesting parsha of Devarim. We started a new sefer, started a new topic, and lots to think about in terms of Moshe Rabbeinu's speech to the Jewish people in these last weeks of his life. He starts with kind of a harsher tone, as I mentioned this morning in the Rashi after davening. Elaha Devarim asher diber Moshe al kol Yisrael ba'ivah hayarden. The final speech begins with Devarim. Devarim are usually connoting Devarim Kashim, difficult things, harsh things to say. And as Rashi explains in the beginning of the Parsha, all these places that he speaks about in the coming Psukim are all places where the Jewish people messed up. And this is called Tochacha Nisteres. This is a veiled critique of the Jewish people. Because of the respect he had for the Jewish people, he don't want to call them out on all their mistakes. But in a veiled reference, he's able to cite them over here as Devarim, as words, as Devarim Kashim, things that happened in these various places, and words that he spoke to them in these various places, so that they know that those incidents are not forgotten, so that they know they have to remember to be careful. They have to know that they've messed up in the past without being so harsh against them, L'dorei Doros, forever and ever, to try to cite all of their mistakes and all of their problems. So we get into some of those difficult things over here, some of the challenges Jewish people face. And then, of course, one of the most serious challenges or critiques or difficult moments between Moshe and Israel is cited over here. I got so fed up with you, so difficult with you, that I said, I cannot bear your load alone. And that famous incident, which Moshe recounts over here. So he's almost giving up on them. And then two psukim later, he cites what he said at that time. How am I alone going to bear all of the difficulties that you're bringing my way? Bring about your own people. We're going to start a Sanhedrin. We're going to start judges. We're going to start other leaders. We're going to bring in other people because I can't do this alone. This was Moshe's breaking point that he's citing over here. But somehow that breaking point is interrupted by two beautiful psukim. Right on the cusp, the end of the first aliyah, beginning of the second aliyah, in between lo ucha levadi seiseschem and echa esa levadi tarchem masachem. Those two psukim stating how Moshe was at his wit's end, ready to give up on the Jewish people. He has two psukim, a beautiful bracha over here. He says, Hashem Elokechem hirbaeschem v'inchem hayom kechukli hashamayim larov. God has blessed you. He's made you as multiples as the stars in the heavens. Not only that, but Hashem Elokei avosechem yosef lachem kachem elef pa'amim. God should add to you another 1,000 times. Vivarecheschem kasher diber lechem. He should continue to bless you just as he spoke to you. So two psukim of blessing sandwiched in these difficult psukim of Moshe giving up. So that itself is interesting. There's much to say about that, although not directly spoken about by Rashi over here. Really, Moshe Rabbeinu is continuing the theme of respect to the Jewish people. As much as he wants to chastise them and remember, it's important for him to remember these difficult moments of their past. He doesn't want them to think that he's given up on them. He doesn't want them to think that they're doomed to failure. He doesn't want them to think that they're bad people or a bad nation. And so he couches even the critiques in these beautiful blessings. Jewish people, it wasn't so good. We messed up. We had difficult, but God should just bless you and bless you and bless you 1,000-fold. Everything should be great. And it was really bad back then. But God should bless you. He's going back and forth to try to convey to them his confidence in their future. This whole speech here in Devarim is really about warning them about the future based on their behaviors of the past. And that's really important to him, that they be warned of that they be prepared for the life that's about to come, that they stay on the path that Hashem had designated for them. So he wants them to learn. He wants them to know. And at the same time, he wants them to have the confidence to go in. He doesn't want them to be the Meraglim, giving up, never wanting to go in, not thinking they could do it. He wants them to have confidence. God is on your side. God is going to bless you. You have a future. And at the same time, them to know that they have to be careful. And so that general interplay of Sefer Devarim is playing itself out here, even in this first and second aliyah. What I wanted to comment on in the Rashi for today is it's a very simple point, but a very nice one, I think. And that is in the first pasuk. Hashem Elokechem hirbaeschem v'inchem hayom kechokvei hashamayim larov. God has made you abundant and made you today like the stars of the heavens. And that's a common blessing we've seen before to the Avos, now repeated over here. So Rashi says, v'inchem hayom kechokvei hashamayim. Were they really as multiplous as the stars in the heaven at this point? Or is this a future blessing? Seems to always have been a future blessing. One day the Jewish people will be so multiplous, they'll fill the earth. We have different references in the Torah to Yaakov, Shamayim, Kafar Haaretz, etc. So we have different references to how multiplous the Jewish people will be or what they'll be compared to, but they weren't at this point that multiplous, right? They were able to be counted. We've had 3 different counts of them right here in the Torah. We have various censuses that are taken, including the one that was just taken in Parshas Pinchas. So we know the number, the specific number. It's not Kichochvei Hashamayim. It's not just as many as the stars in the heavens. It's a specific number of people, so they can be counted. So why is Moshe Rabbeinu saying over here they can't be counted? They're so multiplous you can't be counted when he just counted them. Rashi says, Mahu v'inchem hayom. What does it mean today? Hinchem hayom. Today you are like the stars. So in this case, it's not comparing them to the number of stars, but hinchem kayom. Kayamim kachama v'kalavana v'kakochavim. You are compared to the celestial beings today, to the sun, to the moon, to the stars, not necessarily in number. That will be a future blessing you receive. But already today, hinchem hayom. You are today like the celestial beings in the sense that you are eternal. You are everlasting, just like them. You'll also be as multiplous as the stars. But right now, you should already know that even before you get there, you are kikochvei hashamayim. You are like the stars because you are eternal. You're an eternal people. And that's what Moshe Rabbeinu was trying to reinforce them here and give the confidence here, which is to tell them that they're eternal people, that they might mess up again. I'm telling you all these things you messed up on in the past. You might be thinking to yourself, we're going to do it again. And you're right. You will mess up again. But Hashem is on your side. Hashem is with you. Hashem is blessing you. You have the capacity to succeed. And even if you personally don't, the Jewish people will succeed in the end and be that people of eternity, which we continue to live up until today. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.